Welcome back. In this video, we are going to start working on the left navigation drawer. We will start as we did before by making the design, and after that, we will program the views. The left navigation drawer contains two parts: the Actions section and the Rooms section. In the Actions section, we can, for example, create a new room, go to the Settings page, back up the database, reset the database, etc. And in the Rooms section, we will show to the user all the rooms that are stored in the database. In the beginning, because we don't have anything in the database, we will show to the user this text. But when you click on Create a New Room, you give it a name and you start chatting with the model, that conversation will be stored here. Now this is where we left last time. Right click on the Layout folder, go to New and click on Layout Resource File. Because we are working on the left navigation drawer, I will give it this name, Left Navigation Drawer Header, and make sure to change the root element into a linear layout. Hit OK. Now close this tab because we don't need it. Click on this icon so that we can bring the XML code. I will give the root element these properties. So here I have changed the height to be wrap constant. Make sure that the orientation is set to vertical and that the padding to the top and bottom is set to 16 dp. Inside the linear layout, we need to put two things. So search for a vertical linear layout, this one, put it inside, and search for a scroll view. Choose this one, not that one, because this is a vertical scroll view. So put it below the linear layout. Now, inside this second linear layout, we need to add a text view. So drag and drop it here. The width of the text view should be set to match parent, while the height should be set to wrap content. After that, add 16 dp padding to the start and end. Add 16 dp margin to the bottom of the text view to separate it from the rest of the views. Next, add a new entry to the strings file where you add this actions entry. So here is how you do it. If you open the strings.xml file, you need to add the actions like this. Finally, make the text color as black and change its size to 24 sp. Now I need to come back to this linear layout and change its properties. I just need to add this margin top so that this actions title is separated from the top of the screen. Now below this text view, I will add a horizontal linear layout. Okay, so this one. Drag and drop it below the text view. I will give this linear layout the following ID. So remember, after the actions, we will show to the user a lot of actions, and the first one is this create a new room action. Inside it, we need to put two things: an image, so drag and drop an image view. For now, I'll choose this avatar, but we will change it later. And we need a text view. You saw in the beginning of this video that I am using a lot of icons in this left navigation drawer. To find the same icons that I am using, make sure to go to GitHub and clone the final project, or use your own icons if you want. Let me start by changing the icon from that avatar into this edit icon. After that, I need to specify the width to be 24 dp. After that, remove this layout weight, we don't need it. And here, let's add margin end to separate the icon from the text. Here I'll choose 16 dp, it's fine. So as you can see, here the icon is touching the side of the screen. So we need to add some properties to this horizontal linear layout. So let me do that quickly. Okay, so now everything looks good. So here you can see that this linear layout should be clickable. So this because when we click on this linear layout, we want to create a new room. After that, we need to center vertical, so everything inside this linear layout should be centered vertically. And here we are adding the necessary padding so that the icon is aligned with the actions text. Now let's move to the text view. Here we need to make some modifications. Make sure that the width of this text view is set to match parent. And here I have added another entry to the strings file, which just says create new room. And after that, I specified that the size of this text should be set to 16 sp. Now this is the design we are looking for. Because the next actions are similar, I will copy this linear layout. I'm talking about this horizontal linear layout and duplicate it 7 times. So click on Ctrl C, and here make sure that you click on the root linear layout. I'm talking about this one, and click on Ctrl V. So do this 7 times. So click on the linear layout and hit Ctrl V. Click and place. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And here this text view should be on top of everything. Good. So now all we need to do is to change the IDs, image icons, and the texts in this text views. For the second linear layout, here are the changes we need to perform. First, change the ID to settings linear layout. Change the image view from the image view ID from image view to image view 2, and the icon also. For the text, here are the changes we need to make. Again, change the ID, go to this strings file and paste the following entry, and take this key and use it here. So because this is time consuming, I will do this quickly and I will come back. I am back. So here are all the actions that we need to have in this actions section. Now I have a linear layout that I don't need, so I will just remove it like this. Now let's move to the scroll view. The linear layout inside it should have the following properties. So again, I'll just collapse this linear layout because we no longer need it. And here the only thing that I need is to add a margin top to separate the scroll view from the actions section. So just add 16 dp to the top, it's totally fine. Now drag and drop 2 text views inside this linear layout. And as you can see, one more time, the texts are touching the sides. So go back to the scroll view and add padding start 16 dp and the same for padding end. Great. So now the texts are aligned. The first text view should have the following properties. So here you can specify the ID, let's say 15 or something unique. Here you can see that the color should be black. And here we need to add this entry to the strings file, just like this. Now go back, and as you can see, so we have this urooms. So here we need to remove this padding from this text view because we added that to the scroll view. Great. So now let's move to the second text view. This one is very important because we need to access it in the code so that we remove it once we add the rooms to the database. So that's why we are giving it a meaningful ID. Here again, remove the padding and the text color should be set to black. Again, let's add this to the strings.xml file. Now, after the text views, we need to add a vertical linear layout. So let's add this below the second text view. Why do we need this linear layout? Because inside it, we will put all the rooms that we will eventually add to the database so that the user can select them. And one more time, because we need this linear layout in the code, we need to give it a meaningful name. So that's why I gave it rooms linear layout container. So basically this is a container that will contain all the rooms. Awesome, so I think we have finished designing this left navigation drawer, and I think in my opinion it looks minimalist and it looks great. So now make sure to plug your device and hit the run button so that we test this. Okay, so my device is connected. I'll click on the run button. Okay, so the application now is up and running. Let me click on the top left icon to bring this left navigation drawer. And here we have a problem. Why is that? So we have designed the left navigation drawer, but we forgot to attach it. So let's go back to the code and do that. Remember, if you open the activity main.xml, we have, so let me close everything. You have these views. So you have the right navigation view as well as the left navigation view. And here we need to attach this left navigation drawer header to the left navigation view. So if you remember, let's click on this right navigation view, and here you can see that you have this header layout attribute. So let's click here, and here we need to specify the left navigation drawer header. So this is the only change that we need to make. Now rerun the application and hopefully this should fix it. Okay, so let's click on the icon, and as you can see, we have our views, or we have everything inside this left navigation drawer. The only problem that we have is the images. I don't know why they are not there, so let's go back to the code and see what to do to fix this problem. Yeah, so here is the problem. So this always happens to me when I choose the avatar. You can see that here in this image, we are using tools. So we don't need to keep tools. So we only have to use source compat. Yeah, so instead of tools, we need to call app column source compat. Yeah, so let me just show you that this works. So yeah, this is sometimes this is a very small change, and as you can see, so it solved it. And you will think that there is a problem with the image or something. So remember, when you have tools, this means that everything you see here in the Android Studio will be just shown here. But if you want this to be shown in the application, you need to use app instead of tools. So here I will try to select this. So try to select this. Click on Ctrl F. Click on this arrow, and here instead of tools, I will just replace it with app, just like that. And here we have this button which is called replace all. So this will help you replace every instance quickly. Now let's rerun the application and let's hope that this works. So this time let's swipe, and voila, so we have all the icons, we have all the actions, and we have the no room found text view shown to the user. Okay, so this looks great. I think in the next video we will go back to the back end. So instead of just working with the front end, this time we will start creating the database so that we store the room name, for example, the files that the user have uploaded, the discussion, and yeah, and the other informations. This is very important because the database, it's the most important thing in this application. Okay, so see you in the next video.